Hello, how is everyone? Good evening. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. And I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And why is that? Because I care. I'm here to share with you some topics. And together, we are all coming together, and we're going to join each other in the light because we've awakened. We have a new belief system. Our thoughts are very powerful, and we're beginning to all have alignment. And the more we have alignment, the more that we find each other. Are you getting more and more clear every single day, realizing parts about you that you hadn't known that were there? I am. Well, I'm so glad everyone who's here today. It is January 12th. Thursday in the Matrix work week. And I do the videos Monday through Thursday. And then the rest of the days, I'm trying to function, kind of pull it together so that I can come back on Monday. And I'm excited to be here today. I have to tell you, though, it was a long, long day in the Matrix. There was a lot going on out there. I can feel like a lot of this energy out there in the public, out in the physical reality is kind of being shook up. There's some glitches here and there, some strange occurrences and encounters. And I'm going to get into that. So today we're going to cover topics like urgent messages, the creator, and alignment. Thank you, anyone who's joining us. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Of course, I will be touching on angels, and we'll be doing some psychic phenomenon exercises. And why are we doing that? Because we are learning telepathy. We are learning extrasensory perception. We already had all these abilities within us. You are a highly advanced being of light. And you are a beautiful, wonderful, authentic being. And let's remind ourselves, what are your 3 characteristics that make you authentic? Maybe you have the most beautiful brown eyes. You might be amazing at crossword puzzles, a passionate, wonderful friend. Whatever they are, come up with 3 authentic characteristics that make you you, that no one else has. You combine those all, and that's who you are, because you're a worthy being of light as is. Doesn't matter what you have in the physical reality. Doesn't matter what your job is, and it doesn't matter what you look like. You're worthy as is. Let's have love for ourselves, because when we have love for ourselves, unconditional love, we can have love for each other. Can't we? Now, when you woke up this morning, do you remember your dreams? What was your first thought of the day? And did you have a good intention? Rah, rah, rah. We're rallying for a good intention. And what is that? That's a commitment to do your best. We are all committed to that. We're going to pull up from the bottom and we're going to bring it forward. We're going to have a magnificent life here on New Earth Gaia. Do you sense that the energy is changing? Well, there's some obvious signs of that. I've been so much in the Matrix in the last 2 days. I mean, I did appear last night here, but I wasn't really, I don't look at the news, so I don't find out about what's going on in the Matrix. And so I found out tonight, right before I came on, that all these flights were canceled. I guess it was yesterday and delayed. And we know that there are these solar flares that have been happening, from the sun. And so that's a beautiful sunrise, but were there solar flares? Was it the 3X class solar flares that caused the delayed flights? They never did explain it, did they? Was it a cyber attack? Was it little bitty steps of the solar flash? What is the solar flash exactly? Well, we know what the solar flash is. It is when, or so we presumed, it was going to happen in one event. It was going to be one event. So maybe it's happening little by little. And that's how come more and more of us are becoming awakened. And when I say that, we were in a slumber. We basically had amnesia. Our memories were wiped clean when we were incarnated, because we came out onto this earth and we thought, oh, as children, we're like, wow, ooh, how wonderful this is. And then we were told what to do, what to say, what to wear, who to be. We were given medication, or we were told, no, you stand over there if you're not going to be a good boy or girl. We couldn't be ourselves. So we weren't allowed to express ourselves. And now, in this moment, here we are in 2023, we are finally going to be ourselves. We are finally going to be the rebels that we are meant to be. We're not conformists. I'm not following somebody in a line or you. No, thank you. I think all of us should be ourselves. Yes, we're going to come together because we're one, right? We have wholeness when we come together. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be anything like you or her or him or whoever. I'm going to be me, just like you are. So this solar flash that we thought was going to be one big event might just be coming little by little so that we can prepare ourselves for what's to come because our bodies are changing. Are you receiving any light codes at night, or are you feeling kind of not like yourself? You know, today, even though I seem like I have a burst of energy, probably because I ate something and I took this drink called Essential Greens that I got at Whole Foods, and it has like kale and all these healthy things. I haven't been eating so healthy since the new year. I've been eating lots of sugar, had champagne, had margaritas, and I haven't been taking very good care of myself, and I haven't been sleeping enough. So I suggest sleep, water, and healthy food, or you're going to be like I was today in the Matrix, where I was exhausted. So these solar flares that are hitting the earth right now, what are they? They are energy emitted by a solar flare, and it's a million times greater than the energy from a volcanic explosion. So go figure. And so the solar flash, the sun determines the outcome, action of the sun's light and heat. So beams on Earth produced by the sun, solar flares, are brief eruptions of intense high energy radiation from the sun's surface. And so that's might be what's causing electromagnetic disturbances on the Earth, or maybe it was the delayed flights might have been from a cyber attack. But we know when all of the light comes onto the earth and everyone's awakened, we're not going to have technology anyway. And I just also want to say that I'm reading that Nasara Jasara is happening. We're going to get into that in a minute. So urgent messages. What is that all about? Urgent messages. Well, seems like there's some strange occurrences happening out there on the globe. And if you check out, I'm not a news watcher. I don't watch the mainstream media because I know it's paid programming, and the television really is only for entertainment. And we know that whoever's providing for the company, the network to be on, the advertisers, they're deciding what the news is. And if you notice, some of the time they're all saying the same thing over and over on every single network. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of like when you think that you're in you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. But if you go to Washington, D.C., they're all really in cahoots with each other, and they're going, here, right here. And we're going to get into Nasara Jasara because that's the that's where the Federal Reserve is abolished. No more Federal Reserve. I'm loving that. So urgent messages. We're going to go through a few. Here we go. So what's going on right now? Urgent message to you out there. If you notice out there, there's falling down, suddenly died, cancer, the result of cardiac arrest, heart attacks, blood clots. And that's the result of what? Let's see. In the last 2 years, the last year, what has been going on? What could that be the result of? Let me think about that. Just today alone, I saw Lisa Marie Presley had a heart attack. We can see if you just put suddenly died in any search engine, you'll see that there's many, at least 2 a day of famous people dying, passing away. And we don't know about everyone out there who's the general public, all the other beings of light that we know. We don't know unless we are affiliated with them, unless they're friends of ours. We don't get the real story. We don't know because they're not famous. And I did look up yesterday how many people have passed away. And I would say, I'm trying to remember if I wrote it down. I had the numbers somewhere. I don't know if I wrote it down, but the number was higher. It was higher. I'm not going to look in my phone. I don't know. The number was higher in 2022. So I'm not really sure, unless I see it for myself, I'm not quite sure. I have to see it. I can put this information out there, but, it's allegedly, unless I experience it myself. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So one was falling down suddenly, died, cancer, the result of cardiac arrest. You're hearing about those who are having cardiac arrest, whether or not they're actors or musicians or sports stars or high school athletes. It seems to be, starting to become common. And are we questioning that? Does that seem funny or strange to you? I said there's going to be some really weirdo stuff going on out there because the earth is healing itself. And as it heals itself, it's going to take away anything dark or negative or any kind of energy that is, I guess, connected to low vibration. And with the earth healing, we are all healing and we are all coming online. All of our gifts and abilities are becoming available to us. And maybe you're going to have a recollection of some memories that you had forgotten from your past and maybe before that. Or maybe you're going to just realize and see in the future of some things that are about to occur. You might realize you can predict events. 2, all the power of the elite cabal, the bloodlines, the secret societies, the selected leaders, the CEOs, the wealthy families, all the energy and all the power is now being redirected to the common man, to the people, to the masses. They are no longer going to have the power. The meek shall inherit the earth. So the power of the elite, the bloodlines, the secret societies, all of those, weirdo secret societies, the Illuminati that profess, those rituals and satanic stuff, sacrifices. Well, the meek, the less fortunate, and God's creature, the earth, the moon, the stars, and the elements of nature are now receiving all of the power. It's not going to be with the elite anymore, those selected leaders, not elected, selected. Done for. That's over for them. We are in charge, you and I. It's all about our thoughts, so we can create this new reality. We are receiving the power. Now, right now, maybe you're a little tired. We're beat up. We're so beat up. We're like, is this ever going to be over? When is the solar flash happening? When is New Earth Gaia coming? It's coming. It's coming. There's little changes. It's like we're watching water boil. You ever sit there and watch a clock when it's going tick, 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 tick? And time is shifting as well. Linear time is not a real thing. It was made up. So we're going to realize that time is going to shift around. It's going to get a little wonky because we're not used to it. And we might feel some loss. You might start to cry for no reason or need to sleep more because your body is trying to adjust. I need more sleep. I slept 7 hours last night and it wasn't enough. I probably need 10 tonight. So I'm going to sleep super early. 3, the IRS and the Federal Reserve are becoming abolished. Are you seeing how they're saying that? It's like a real thing finally. Woohoo! That means no taxes. That means no IRS. That means none of this with the politicians, putting it on their hand. They're getting it. Their bank accounts are getting filled with money and we're sending money. I think it's a really messed up thing. I have to tell you, we're shipping all this money. We don't know where to God knows where, to God knows who. And I'm driving through a town locally to me. I was going over to get some food at the local supermarket and I see this humongous, now I can't remember what it's called. what's it called? A picture with this child, humongous billboard, and it's talking about the homeless and they need food. There are children on this planet, in this country, in the United States of America, the Corporation of America, that don't have food, that are struggling. What about them? Why are we shipping all this money to God knows where, to God knows who? What about the children here? What about our children in the United States of America, the corporation? Where's their help? Who's helping them? Who's looking out for them? Those politicians better figure it out. Well, you know what? Guess what? They're done for. It's over. I think we're going to abolish the IRS and we're going to abolish Washington, D.C. I spoke about those walls that went up around the Capitol and the walls that went up around the Federal Reserve. You know why? Because everything's changing. Hey, Craig. Hey, lovely. Good to see you. You're a nutty firework. Really looking forward to getting out of 3D stuff and evolving. Hello. Amen. Hallelujah. I am with you there, Craig. Thanks for joining us, Craig. Craig, let me see. Where are you? I know you told me yesterday. Was it yesterday you came on? All of you out there, please be patient with me. I'm here. I'm not so good. I write this down and then I can't find the information. Craig, did you tell me where you're from? You probably did. Anyway, you're here with us now. There you go, Cornwall, UK, and then now I'll find it. There it is, right there. Craig, thank you for saying that. That's wonderful. Okay, so NESARA GESARA. Do we know what NESARA GESARA is? It's exciting. NESARA GESARA, it's coming to America. Yes, it is. So it's a Global Economic Security Reformation Act. Natural Economic Security and Recovery Act. Woohoo! It's the global currency reset. You know what? Forget about a reset. We don't need that anymore. Forget about it. I don't want any reset of anything. I just want all new, like brand spanking new. Like you pull out a clean piece of clothing from your drawer and you put it on clean. I want clean. I don't want any more of this redo or we'll fix it or any of that stuff. Forget about it. No IRS, no more IRS. So the act originally was passed by the American Congress in 2000, never proclaimed, was due to be announced September 11th, 2011, but the World Trade Center crashed. Isn't that a little bit of a coincidence? Come on. Seriously? So what's going to happen? It's going to cancel all debt, all credit card debt, so no credit card debt. So what's that mean for the banks? Well, did the banks really have that money anyway? Borrow. If we all run down to our bank and try to get our money out, can they give us our money back? I don't think so. It's all fake. Mortgage, bank debt, forgiveness debt. Okay? And then no food or medicine is going to be taxed. Benefits for the senior citizens, a new president and elections. Well, I'm going to get into that too as well. There's something called the Bronson versus Adams case, which will remove Joe Biden and put DJT back into office. I don't know if you've heard about that. We'll see what happens. The white hats and the black hats and all those hats over there, they're struggling to figure it all out. All right, so the IRS, the Federal Reserve, abolished, and the NESARA GESARA Act, hallelujah. Next, Bill Gates and Fauci will be held accountable for crimes against humanity. Now, I've mentioned this before, and I truly believe, remember in the days when, we weren't there, but we see movies about it, or we see pictures about it. We could only believe that it really was, true, where there was villages across the country, or across the world, and there was little villages, and there was the town doctor and the town blacksmith. And then if they got upset with somebody, what did they do? There was a mob of people and they'd run around with their pitchforks and they'd chase that person. Well, I believe that Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci will be held accountable, and there will be a mob chasing them down the street. So they better go and find a deep, deep hole to jump into, because when everything is disclosed, I said there's going to be disclosure, 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 disclosure. It's going to be this long, piles of disclosure about all the lies that we've been fed. And when everyone across the globe, everyone realizes, now you and I have been awakened and we know crimes against humanity. But when all those out there who have been injured or their family members been hurt and something serious has happened and they have no turning back, they're going to go after those two guys, and it's going to be a mob. Let me tell you, it's going to be a mob with pitchforks and weapons. So those guys better climb underneath a hole. Hassan Smith, finally, I've been waiting to see you live. I'm Hassan from the Kuwait. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been through near-death experiences before, but now I'm not coming like before. Maybe because my meds close buses. I do remember you, Hassan Smith. I'm going to write your name down, but I know your name's on here somewhere, and I've been saying, and I will do this. I swear I will. I will be updating all of this little thing that I have here, and I think I dropped the pen that works. Haha, no, I didn't. This works. Thank you for joining us. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate you giving your input. Thanks for saying that. Here I am. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of those ways that they can keep track of us, that's social media. All right, moving on. January 6th. The event was faked. It was a faked protest riot to distract the people. Yep. Yes, it was. Thank you very much for your videos. Oh, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm just bringing awareness and topics, and I'm here for you, and I'm, a stable being of light, and I'm sharing my light with you. It's living in the light. January 6th, event, faked protest riot to distract the people. Now, do we know it to what extent? I'm sure all the information is going to come out. It's going to be disclosed. And do you know why? Because those smarty pants that thought that they'd give us our phones, you know what they didn't realize? Because then they're keeping track of us. They didn't realize they're giving us a camera and a video camera so we can take videos. So all the information we have, they forgot about that. Bronson versus Adams case, which will remove Joe from office and DJT will replace him. Yes, sirree. It looks like that might be happening. Let's cross our fingers. What is it? Go Brandon? Go Brandon. Okay, moving on. Extraterrestrials. I thought I might have a picture of one. Extraterrestrials will appear telepathically to those awakened, and ETs will land on Earth by 2024. Hey, Down Under, White Hat event with the airplane shut down the other day. I mentioned that. Yes, that's what I heard. Was it a cyber attack? I don't think so. Was it because of the solar flares? Maybe. Was it because the white hats? I heard, I watch these other YouTubers, and I watch on Instagram. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ishmael Perez. And I also watch Michael De La Rocca, and I also watch Nicholas, and he is a interviewer, and he's fantastic. He's in England, and I saw some interviews. I'm up to date on that, so I caught that. Yes, and then all the flights were delayed or canceled, and I Googled it tonight. Not Googled. I looked on Twitter, and it looks like some of them still are. Okay, we're almost through the urgent messages. Paper money is worthless. So 2021, 2022, get this. They printed $107 billion. Printed $107 billion. The Federal Reserve printed that. So how is our dollar worth anything? Hey, Angie. Thanks for saying that, Angie, my Georgia peach from Georgia, who has her wonderful company. Oh, look at this. I don't like how this looks right now. It's terrible. Gotta fix this. See, I love when it's like a beautiful day outside, and here we are at night. But you know what? We're all going to be free from our jobs in the matrix because we are all going to be sovereign beings of light. And this new reality, this new civilization that we are creating with our thoughts, where we come out of our homes and we hug one another, and we all are growing gardens and we're taking trips to wherever we want, and it's free energy for all. We're going to be spending all our time outside. We're not going to be inside in a cubicle or a desk or a closed off area. We have to see light. We have to see light. It has to be part of our day, spending time in nature. Terrible storms directed at poor towns here in the south today. Up, geomagnetic storms. Are they creating the weather there in Georgia, Angie? They're so naughty, doing naughty stuff. Okay, so in 2021 to 2022, they printed $107 billion. Over the last 2 years, the U.S. Federal Reserve has printed 80% of all U.S. dollars in existence. What is that even all about? 2023, the Federal Reserve order for banknotes peaks at $8.6 billion. I keep hearing billion. I'd like to get that. Has anyone bought the tickets? Well, if you have to be in New York, but right now it's Mega Millions is 1.1 billion. I'd like to get that 1.1 billion. I'd like to get some billions. What is going on with this Federal Reserve? We are free sovereign beings of light and sacred and highly advanced. Ta-da! There we go. There is all. Well, if Nasara happens and pays off people's debts, people will still have to work. Not necessarily because of the solar flash and the solar flares, and we're all awakening. We don't want to live in this matrix anymore. I don't want to. Do you want to live in the matrix? You know what I'm saying? No, we want to come out of our homes, hug one another. It's all made up. It's all made up. We can create our own reality, our own civilization. That's what we're going to do. So let's get into the creator. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, okie dokie. So the creator, who's the creator? Well, we know who the creator is. Well, there's an angel with some beautiful little children. They're there. The angel's there protecting the children. So the creator, he is the cause of the existence of the universe, the creation of the world. And I'm referring to God. I'm referring to a higher being, the universe, the one who makes something new. There was a beginning, then to creation, and then a creator. God as creator, the supreme being, God considered as the creator of the universe. And we are getting to the spiritual war, the end of the spiritual war. And we have existed and we've really had trying times. And there have been those out there that have led us astray. They've been deliberately causing us harm, whether it is in the water and the food, the medicine. Oh, thunder. Do you hear thunder? The way they've treated us. They've lied to us. They've deceived us. And so we really didn't have a chance to experience all the beauties of life, the beautiful life. The stars, the moon, the sun, the earth, all of it is taking the power back from the evil. Now, I'm not sure how long the evil has been here. It seems as though the evil has been here for thousands of years. They say we're about to embark on the golden age, 1,000 years of peace on earth. God, the creator, truly creative. In Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That means that before there existed no heavens and no earth. In 6 days, the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. God is the all-wise originator and designer of all things. Hassan, it's been a long time since I saw light again after Jesus series. I've been through a lot of celebrities, corruptions, producers. I've been through unfair haters without any reason. Somehow now I guess. Well, you know what? We can find the light within us. Forget about out here. We have no control of what goes on out here. We only have control of this. We're going to get onto alignment. Your thoughts, words, and actions can determine an outcome. You can change an outcome. That's why I say, if you could imagine your thoughts in front of you and they were connected to some kind of machine and it was printing out all your thoughts, what would they be? Would it be, oh, this is horrible, it's not going to work out, oh my gosh, blah, 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 and it could be fear, anger, I'm so scared, I'm so unhappy, I am so sad. How are you going to create a positive outcome or something really wonderful, an opportunity to happen to you, if your thoughts are powerful and they carry vibration? They are charged impulse. That's how come you can think of someone and then they call you or they contact you or they show up, because your thoughts are that powerful. Now, our thoughts are that powerful that you can be yourself full of light. You can close your eyes, let out a breath, and you can, start by pushing away any thoughts of negativity. Let go of what happened before this moment, yesterday, 2 days ago, next week. Don't worry about the future. Be in this moment and let out a breath. And imagine within you a ball of light. And the ball of light is spinning. And it's expanding and expanding, and it's touching your cells, your flesh, your bones, your organs. And you're allowing peace within you. You're allowing light within you. You're allowing to purify yourself, goodness. And as soon as you take your heart rate down, your blood pressure down, and your mental capacity into a place of just calmness, all of a sudden you either want to take a nap or you say, you know what? I'm allowing a moment here to reflect. And I'm also remembering something that made me happy. You can spark something within you. You can go out to nature and you can spend time in nature regardless of the weather. Even if it's raining, even if it's sunny, even if it's cloudy, whatever it is, you can just spend 5 to 15 minutes outside, breathing in fresh air. You know what I would say to my kids when they were little? They'd be inside and they'd be playing with something inside. Get outside. Get outside. And that's what I'm saying to you. Get outside. Hassan, after 2 Middle Eastern TV, life full of opportunities, I'm going to see myself in other committee. Yeah, calmness is something. Yes, let's find our own calmness. Okay. In 6 days, the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sun, and all that is them. God is the all-wise originator and designer of all things. Now, in the beginning, we're going to go through the 7 days. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Now, I am not somebody who knows the Bible. I was not raised to know the Bible. I know stories of Jesus. I went to church every Sunday. I'm a believer of God, the Virgin Mary, the Holy Spirit. And at this opportune time, I sense that it's the most important thing for me to bring these quotes up. I don't know them by heart. I'm reading and saying what I believe is good for us, because we are really sending away. We spoke about demons yesterday, and we spoke about how there's some demon, like it looks like these humans have turned into demons. They're hitting each other. I was at my dealership today getting my oil change. You have to get your oil change after a certain amount of, this is a personal story, after a certain amount of miles, and I was long overdue, and I sat there and I hated it. They had this music that was blasting, and then you saw the local news of Connecticut over and over and over, and so you can't not help but look at it, and it was saying how these high school kids. And then they showed the video of these high school kids, these girls. And they went in and they beat up these two girls. Now, they didn't just do one punch. They hit these girls, and someone took a video for a good minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 30 times each. The kid was probably in the hospital. And they are basically demon humans. They are demonic humans. They are possessed. Who would act like that? Why are children, they're teenagers in a high school, acting and behaving that way? Why do they have so much hate in them? Do their parents have hate? Are they mind controlled with hate? So let's be aware out there in the physical reality. Thank you for joining us, Brooklyn Paranormal Society. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. And so I'm just saying, be aware of some kind of, either it's demonic possession or maybe they're shape-shifted into humans. I don't quite know. We know there are those out there that have glitches and they look a little funny, and we wonder, are these leaders? Are they humans? Are they clones? Are they robots? Are they wearing a mask, or are they actors? I saw some of them, they had this, it looks like a mask. There's some kind of stitching here. It's very strange. Or they're like this, or the celebrities where their eyes are glitching and one eye's open and one eye's closed. I think Katy Perry said, oh, it was a fun trick she was doing. Looked like a really strange thing to me, not a fun trick. So before we get on to alignment and psychic phenomenon, the 7 days of creation, let me just go through them. And I wasn't familiar with this. I heard about this when I was a kid. I haven't looked into it, but I do my research because these topics float into my mind and I say, I think we're going to talk about that tonight. Light, day 1 was light, and light is where we're all headed. Isn't that interesting? 2, the atmosphere. They called it firmament. Day 3, dry ground and plants. This is what God created. Earth and vegetation. Day 4, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Day 5, birds and sea creatures. So there you go. The birds that fly in the sky and the sea creatures that live in the water. Day 6, land, animals, and humans. Humans, beings of light. And then 7, the Sabbath of rest. So we're supposed to take a break there, aren't we? Well, I'm just recommending that we all focus on some positive aspects of ourselves and what's out there rather than focus on some of this really dark stuff, because we are trying to change and raise our vibration to a higher frequency. And we are also supposed to be focused on positive thoughts. Now, maybe you're in a place of doom and gloom and you're saying, oh, Mary, I'm having a really tough time. And maybe you have a loss. You might be struggling in a relationship or something within yourself. You're trying to complete all your duality within you, the dark side of you that you've kind of repressed because you were told as a child, oh, you're good when you do this and you're bad when you do that. And so the bad part of you is you've kind of hid from yourself. Let's open it all up and let's love all of ourselves. And maybe it's going to take you reminding yourself of your 3 authentic gifts that you are, characteristics that make you special. Maybe it's going to be that you say some positive words like just nature, love, light, whatever it is, or a mantra. I am powerful. I am strong. I'm courageous. I am patient. Make up your own mantra or affirmation. So alignment. So here we are. Now I showed this the other day and I'm showing it again because it is one of our topics. And I brought up alignment before, but I feel as though it's time to bring it up again. And we're going to get up into how to have alignment. Because when you have alignment, you're clear. When you have alignment, you can bring opportunities. And when you have alignment, your psychic phenomenon is so much more powerful. So alignment, this is what we kind of look like blah, 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 right? We have this look about us, blah, blah, blah. And then this is what we want. Ta-da! We want to have alignment with our thoughts, words, and actions, right? So when our thoughts, life choices, and direction all honor core values, when we listen to our intuition, which is vital, vital. Our intuition is a knowing within us, something that we know without having any prior knowledge or information. We just know it. Now, we were given so many gifts when we were incarnated on this earth, and then that was compressed in the matrix, wasn't it? And we were shoved into these systems, and they said, read this book, and then spit it back out. We weren't sitting there learning all about our own thoughts and beliefs or our intuition. And so I'm saying to you, you have to start to trust yourself more, have some more self-confidence, and allow yourself to be yourself. You're a beautiful being of light. And we're going to move through the world, embody our truest selves. And we're going to be aligned and continue to move forward and be unstuck. And we are going to be at peace. So here are some ways. This is by Nicole Bayliss. I found this list by Nicole Bayliss. And Nicole said, here's a couple. She said, follow your bliss. You want to become more aligned, follow your bliss, which means, like we say, what is your destiny? If you could imagine it right here in front of you, like if you put out your hands and you just, my destiny is, now maybe your destiny is that you're going to climb the highest mountain on the whole entire globe. Maybe your destiny is that you want to have a family or meet your twin flame or your soulmate. Maybe your destiny is that you want to write a novel. Whatever your destiny is, we want to create that with our thoughts. And we want to create that by closing our eyes and imagining it and finding joy in our heart. And if we don't have joy in our heart, we have to go to find out why. Are we sabotaging our destiny, our bliss? But I am not sure I will recover. And I'm sure that Hassan, just hang in there. I lost a lot of things within myself since 2007. My dear experience. You know what? You are you know what happens when you can acknowledge it and realize, Hassan, that means that you are halfway there because you are aware of it. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to find your way. You're going to be okay. You're going to recover. You're in the midst of it right now, just because you're writing it here in the chat. So blessings to you. 2, become present. Live in this moment. How are you going to find your alignment? Live in this moment. When I say live in the moment, what do I mean? I say, well, little Elsa's over here on the couch. I don't think you can see her, but I'm going to hold her up right now. Little Elsa's on the couch. Little Elsa. Here I'm in the present because I'm holding up my little, see, there she is. She's right there. So here we are in the moment together. I have a desk right here. Here's my mug. I'm letting go of anything before this moment. So I'm in the moment. This is how I'm going to have alignment. I'm also going to be grounded. Okay. We might meditate. That's number 3, meditate. So you close your eyes. We're going to get into psychic phenomenon in just a few moments. Meditate. So you're going to just relax. Now, what is meditation exactly? Well, meditation is about finding your serenity within you. It's about having peace and calmness within you. And it's also about focusing on your breath. Because when we do that, we can calm our spirit down. And we will recognize and we will identify things within us that we hadn't before when we meditate. Maybe a memory will come forward. And I know it sounds like, it's so boring, meditation. Who wants to meditate? But meditation is really healing and it's calming. You know, if you don't feel well or you're sick, or if you're just feeling run down, meditation is great so that it calms you. Because sometimes when we're sick, we're not feeling well, we're fighting ourselves. We're fighting because we're just like, I'm not gonna be sick. I'm gonna be better. You just gotta go with the flow. Okay, number 4, focus on your personal growth. We all are growing at this very moment. We're learning so much about ourselves. It's pretty exciting. And we're growing as individuals. Our gifts are coming online. We're realizing what we are capable of. We are so much stronger than we realize. When we have to, in a moment's notice, if we have to, we can pull up strength from within and we can bring it forward and we can get through a crisis. You're much stronger than you realize. And then after it's over, then we can kind of fall apart. 5, slow down your actions, which means, stop rushing. Task, rush, time. Forget about that. Take it a little bit slower, because you know what? You're going to make yourself sick. I don't want to say heart attack when one of our urgent messages is all the heart attacks going on out there, which I don't believe we're going to have. I love Elsa. Oh, nice. Blessings to you, and thank you very much. Thank you. I know I love Elsa as well. She's 9. Okay. Be aware of your heart. I always say tune into your heart. So let's tune into our heart right at this very moment, which means let out a breath and tune in. Hey, Hamano from Transylvania. So what are you feeling in this very moment? I hope everyone likes the video and subscribes to the channel so others can find us. So I tune into my heart right now. What does my heart say? My heart says, I'm pretty okay. I'm just tired. And that's not my heart. That's just my physical being, my vessel. I'm okay. I'm getting through it. I just got to keep going. Up there I said 7, beauty of nature, connect to nature, get outside, which I already mentioned, get outside. 8, get in touch with your inner child, which means all of you that was here, and you kind of block some of yourself. When we have trauma, we can't deal with something and we're hurt, what we do is we stuff it down inside of us, or we compartmentalize. We put it over here, we put it over here, we put it over here. We are all bringing everything together. That's what we're doing right now. It's 2023. We're not compartmentalizing. We're not compressing ourselves. We are being our full, authentic selves. And that is how we are going to reach our destiny and our personal pathway of joy and love and happiness. Okay, list your favorite things. Wow, listing your favorite things. Well, let's see. I could give you a few of mine. What are yours? A few of my favorite things are, Elsa's one of my favorite things. I like chai tea lattes, which I said after the solar flash. Nobody's going to be making them. The baristas won't be making them. Nobody's going to want to be doing that job. What are my favorite things? Exercise. I guess clothes shopping. I like that. Spending time with my loved one, my family, my friends. Okay, moving on. You do your own list. 10, surrender more and do less. Well, that's a wonderful list of 10 ways to alignment. Now, today we've spoken about urgent messages, the creator, and alignment. I mentioned angels. I'm going to mention angels again before we get on to psychic phenomenon. So angels are celestial beings of light. They come from the heavens to earth, and they're here to protect humanity. They are protectors, they're warriors, and they're messengers. Now, if you've had a near-death experience, you might have met up with an angel. They might have appeared to you in a vision where they came to you to guide you. And we can ask for angels to come into our lives, into our physical reality. Maybe you'll see some kind of flashes of light out of the corner of your eye, and it's an angel. Maybe you're going to feel some kind of touch on the top of your head or stroke across your cheek. You might see some signs of angels through numbers or a feather or coin or bells. You might have a dream about an angel. So welcome angels into our lives. They're benevolent beings of light. Okay, everyone, let's get into some psychic phenomenon because we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. Well, we're 10 minutes before. And just so you know, usually I'm doing the show at 7. Tonight I did it at 6 because I did have plans with a friend. We were supposed to go to dinner, but because of the weather here, we postponed it, which I'm fine with because now I can go to sleep extra early. Psychic phenomenon. What exactly is that? Well, we've been focusing on our intuitive abilities, our clairsenses. Are you clairvoyant? Which means that your third eye, your mind's eye, has been activated. Maybe you were activated through Kundalini awakening or a mystical experience. Or maybe you awakened your third eye through just being a natural ability. You might come from a family of psychics or intuitives and it's easy for you. Or maybe you were drawn to this subject. Well, here we are together, extrasensory perception. Now there's what's called clairaudience, and you know all about that. We've covered that, which is the ability to hear from another source. And you are able to hear voices or tones or sounds. You might feel a sensation within you if you have claircognizance. Clairvoyance, you're able to intuitively know about other realms, other entities, communicate with other beings. Maybe you have what's I think it's claircognizance. No, clairgustinance is taste or smell. Maybe smell is one. Clairgustinance is one of those two. You might have what's called clairsustenance, which is beyond being empathic, where you've brought clarity to your sense of knowing about others' feelings and emotions. You can tune into someone and you know exactly how they're feeling. And all of these are abilities that you are able to possess yourself, because every one of us on the planet, as long as we're organic and as long as we're natural, we're not clones and we're not robots and we're not reptilians and we're not extraterrestrials, and as long as we're none of that, which I believe some of those extraterrestrials have these abilities, but as long as we're natural and organic, we have these abilities. You can master at least one, probably 3, but you're going to focus on 1 today, right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through, I'm going to share the steps with you, and then I give a suggestion. And this is a way of actually working this muscle within you. Now, each time you do this, you're going to get better at it. And what's going to happen, you're going to improve. So when you're not here with me doing these exercises, you're out in the public or you're just in your everyday life, you might get flashes of information that come through because you've opened up all of these senses within you and you've allowed this. Now, if we sit around and we go, I can't do it, this is stupid, this is silly, of course you can't do it. You can't do it then, right? Because you're creating the outcome right there. If you say, okay, I'm going to surrender to this, I'm going to have self-confidence, I'm going to believe I can do this, and you're going to reassure yourself and validate yourself, because we're not going to have any proof. Unless you're reading someone holding their hands or you're in front of someone and you're exchanging information, you're not going to know. So you have to trust. Now, how are you going to know? You're going to know because it feels different than your own thoughts. It's going to feel different than what you possess within you, what you have within your vessel. It's going to seem something else. It's going to kind of hit you like a flash of, like a little bit of, like, not lightning, I don't want to say that, but a little bit of a current. A little bit of a current's going to hit you when you receive it. Now, I suggest that you have a pen and paper. Just like I say, write down your dreams in the morning, how important that is. If you receive any impressions while you do psychic phenomenon, write it down. Because as quickly as it comes in, it leaves that fast as well, just like our dreams. All right, so let's get on to it. Let's close our eyes. Maybe we'll receive some divine messages. In fact, let's do that. See how that comes to me? All of a sudden, I get my suggestion. Now, I've been saying to you, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I've been talking to you about, which I don't think I have it with me, our chakras, our 7 chakras on the inside, within us, and then the 5 on the outside. One of the chakras connects to not the galactic chakra. I think it's the one above that. We'll work on that next week. We'll practice that next week. Is about divine energies. We're going to tune into divine energies right now. So let's close our eyes if you deem so. Now, if you choose to close your eyes, that's entirely up to you. You keep them open, close, whatever works for you. Now, everything that happens to me is not necessarily going to happen to you. This is a personal experience. You are going to, as an intuitive, someone who's practicing their clear senses, you are going to receive information in your own personal way. Accept it. Don't fight it. Say, I don't want to be a channeler, or I don't want to be a clairvoyant. It is what it is. You got what you got. You can't change it. You are who you are. So just accept it. Now, if it's too much, you can turn the dial up or down. So you can imagine turning your sensory skills up or down. Okay, so let's relax. Let's let go of anything that's holding tension in our body. Now, I know it's difficult. We all kind of ran around today. It's busy every single day in the matrix. We're getting out of that matrix. We are climbing out. I've already climbed out. I'm on the other side, and I bet you are too. So we're going to let go. We're going to relax. So we're like a rag doll. We're just like a rag doll, aren't we? We're letting out a breath. We're sucking in some air. We're letting out some air. 3 times, 4 times, whatever works. We're just letting go of any tension. We're also pushing away any thoughts that we have, because it's not about our thinking. It's not about critical thinking. It's not about what we see or what we think. It's about our inner senses. All right, so we're relaxed. We're breathing. We're feeling relaxed. We're trying to find some peace within us, calmness, so that you just maybe think of something that's calming. All right, so now we are going to drop down into our senses. We're making physical contact with our hearing, with our clairvoyance, with our sense of smell, our taste, our feeling, our touch, our claircognizance. So maybe do a little check. Pick one of them to check. If it's your hearing, what are you hearing? I hear outside. I hear some rain outside. I hear some computer here. Just do a little check to make sure that your senses are connecting. And again, let go of anything before this moment. Push away any thoughts. Surrender to your clear senses. Focus and have concentration. You can do this. I promise you can. All right, so we're relaxed. Now imagine that you've dropped down, physical contact. And now I'm going to make a suggestion. You're going to pick one of your senses to tune into, whatever it is. Your feeling, your sense of touch, your hearing, your mind's eye. I always go to my hearing and I go to my touch. Let's see what I hear and feel. So that's what I'm tuning into. So we're dropping down in. We're only tuning into the senses. And then I'm making the suggestion that you are going to connect to the highest realm possible beyond this earth. Is it another location, another source, something divine, whatever that is to you, something divine, something godlike? Maybe there's angels that exist there. I know this is advanced. You can do it. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to just tune in. I'm going to tune in through my hearing and my touch and see if I receive any impressions, which are going to come through as pictures or sounds. So something beyond, it's very much beyond here. You're connecting to a divine realm, an angelic realm. Okay, so I don't know what you received. I don't know if I gave you enough time. With all my might, I tried beyond this, but I made this suggestion. I heard this suggestion, and I saw some light, because I always look down and then I look up, and then it's revealed, and I heard sounds. I was hearing footsteps, and I was actually in a tunnel of light. And I tried to walk forward in the tunnel, but it didn't take me anywhere. It was just a tunnel of light. That is what I saw. And I could hear it. It wasn't just me seeing it. I could hear it. And I tend to not go on too long, because I don't want to lose you. I don't know what you're receiving, if you're receiving any information, maybe whether or not you did. If you did, write in the chat, let me know. And that's really all that's what I got, which was something. That was the impression that I received. You might receive a completely different impression if you receive something, but I could hear this footsteps. And if I go back to it, what it is it's not just light here, it's light coming at me. So it's very hard for me to see what's on the other side of it, is what I'm trying to share with you. And the tunnel seemed like it was in a spherical, it was in a sphere, like a tube. So the light was coming through, and I was walking through the tube, like obviously a life-size tube. And that's what I received. Okay, we'll try another exercise. Okay, so we're going to relax our body again. We're going to do this again, like we're a rag doll. Let go of any tension. Let out a breath. Try to find your peace, relaxation. We're going to push away any thoughts that we have. We don't want our thoughts. We want to just drop down into our senses. We're just dropping down into our senses, making physical contact. And we're acknowledging each one of our senses. Maybe I think I'm going to choose a different sense. See if that works. I'm going to try my clairvoyance. I'm going to have my eye open. Hey, Angie. I'm going to try my mind's eye with my eyes open, and I'm going to tune into this is what I always had before. I never had clairaudience. I tuned that out. So this time I'm going to try with my clairvoyance, my third eye, and my heart, my feeling, my clairsustenance. And this is entirely up to you. So pick one of your senses, tune in, and I'm going to make the suggestion. And the suggestion is going to be, that we are going to, again, we're going to travel. This time we're going to travel to, hey, Bob Harding, we are going to travel to beyond the roofs of our homes into the sky. I'd like us to travel. So we're going to basically be remote viewing. So whether or not you're flying there, whether or not you're viewing from a different position in the sky, we are going to travel to. My suggestion is that you're in the clouds, you're in the sky, and let's see what kind of impressions you receive. What are you seeing from the clouds? Can you get to the clouds? Can you astral, can you jump to the clouds? Can you mentally stretch yourself, I guess, or through your clear senses, stretch yourself? So again, we're dropping down, we're relaxed, we're dropping down into our senses. And my suggestion is you pick one of your clear senses. Oh, my eyes are going to be open. And I'm going to do my clairvoyance and my heart, my feeling. And I'm going to see, I'm jumping up. My suggestion is we're in the clouds, we're in the sky. And what do you see from that perspective? And do you receive any impressions? Can you remote view, or can you get there? Okay, so what I received was, first of all, it didn't work with my clairvoyance or my feeling, so I closed my eyes. That seems to be the way I go now. I didn't like it because I definitely had some kind of fear of heights, so I couldn't look down. And then I felt as though I was getting very wet. It seemed like it was very wet up there, so I was very uncomfortable. I didn't like it at one bit. I didn't like being up in the sky. I didn't like it at all. So it's pretty funny. I don't know. We just try these things and see what happens, but we're still stretching our clear senses, and it's valuable to us. It's a valuable thing. Anytime we do these exercises, it's a way we've never thought before, because as we move into this 5 dimension out of the 3 dimensional world, this simulation, this illusion that we've been living in, this matrix, these structures, these systems, we are going to realize that our senses are going to be stretched, stretched, stretched. And the more light that comes into our systems, the light that's coming onto the earth, whether it's the solar flares, divine events, whatever it may be, we are transforming, we are transmuting, we are taking on a different form. We are going to be stretching ourselves. We are going to be exhausted because we're going to be working ourselves in a different way than we ever have. And we've been actually, we've been really kind of in baby form most of our lives. We really haven't been utilizing the skill sets and the abilities that we have. So we are moving forward, going to be doing that. I saw a table of white entities and they looked at me and thought my feathers were funny colors. I love it, Bob Harding. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Wonderful. Perfect. Good news. Well, everyone, I'm so glad that you all joined us today. We are going to, as we practice more and more, we are going to be getting better and better. You're going to be able to synchronize your movements. You will be able to manifest anyone that you want in your life and manifest opportunities. You will avoid danger. You will become alerted by something that is hazardous to you. So just know that this psychic phenomenon is very helpful in the future to you. Very helpful. Hey, down under, have a great night. Thank you. We're just going to be going in just a second. So tonight, before we go, I want to remind you, tonight we spoke about urgent messages. The first one was all about falling down, suddenly died, cancer, the result of heart attacks, cardiac arrest, blood clots, the result of what is that from? Is that from the 5G? Is that from medication? Is that from, what is that? What is that all from? Blood clots. What is that from? I mentioned also Lisa Marie Presley had a cardiac arrest today. And if you look at the mainstream media, which I don't, but if you just DuckDuckGo or Google suddenly died, you see some of that. And one more urgent message. I said, all the power of the elite cabal, the bloodlines, the secret societies, the selected leaders, the CEOs, the wealthy family has redirected. The power and energy has been redirected to the common man, the meek, the less fortunate, God's creatures, the earth, the moon, the stars, the elements of nature. And you will see that new Earth Gaia is forming here before us. Though all those skyscraper buildings in Manhattan, that's not so far from my home, will be deserted. Do you think people are going to go to work if they don't have to, a 9-to-5 job, and you work for 40 to 50 years, and then what? You get 2 weeks off a year, and then you finally retire in what, a few years, and then you pass away? Where's all the fun? We want fun. Don't we want fun? I want fun. So you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And so I'll be back again Monday. I hope everyone has a wonderful couple of days. I'm sure lots and lots of new information is going to come forth, maybe some disclosure by Monday. And I want good things for you. And you're a worthy being of light. So I'm spinning light and you're in the center of it. And all the negativity is breaking off of you. And any kind of darkness is breaking off of you. And I'm spinning light clockwise, and you're in the middle and you're making a wish. I'm spinning light around you, and counterclockwise. Oh, Elsa's awake. Counterclockwise. I'm spinning light and I'm sending it to you, and I want good things for you. So I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back again on Monday. Okay, bye.